feeling like it's not really who you are and you're like, why did I do that? It's because of the way you're feeling. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with you. There's just an emotion driving an action. Hey guys, welcome back. So we are going to continue on in the model series. So the model, it's the foundation for self-awareness, and self-awareness is how we learn to change our mind. So now we're going to look at the feeling and action line specifically in the model, again, to make sure that when we do the model ourselves, we get it right. So this feeling line and this action line is where I really believe that most people need to do their work. And it's where they need to do their first work in starting to understand themselves and starting to gain self-awareness. All of our emotions drive our actions. It's the reason why we do anything that we do. So if you're ever confused, like, why did I do that thing? And it's something that maybe you're not proud of, or something that you're kind of feeling like it's not really who you are, and you're like, why did I do that? It's because of the way you're feeling. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with you. There's just an emotion driving an action. And the point of the model is to show you that a certain thought causes a feeling, and then that feeling is driving the action. And often when we realize we're doing things that we don't actually want to do, our first instinct is to want to change the thought immediately. Like, we're so unhappy with that thought creating the feeling and action that we don't want, that we're just like, get rid of this. Let's get rid of this thought right now. We're kind of angry at ourselves for even thinking that thought in the first place. We think we need to be angry at ourselves or shame ourselves about our mind in order to make changes. You know, why would we make changes if we are happy with the way we are? If we accept ourselves, even our imperfections, when we think thoughts that don't serve us. However, if you do another model on a positive thought where we're actually kind to ourselves and we're like, okay, yes, we thought a negative thing. This is totally normal for my brain to do this. I still like myself. We're actually more likely to get what we want. However, when we're still starting out with the model, it's kind of difficult to just jump and switch thoughts and become a brand new person where we're like always positive, always doing things that we want. It takes time, right? Because we really believe that first thought that doesn't help us, and we don't yet believe the thought that serves us, right? So at this point, what can we do? This is where I believe the actual important work lies. We have to get really, really good and become experts at feeling our feelings. When we feel negative emotion, our society teaches us to do three things. The first thing we do is we avoid it. So we either procrastinate, we overeat, we overdrink, we numb ourselves, or we distract ourselves with TV, video games, anything that we can do to take our mind off of that negative feeling. The second thing we do is we resist it. So we're kind of passive aggressive, we're saying things under our breath, where there's just an underlying negative emotion in all of our actions, and we're a little bit beating ourselves up for even feeling a negative emotion. And then the last thing that we do is we act it out. We either yell, scream, we fight, we cry uncontrollably and do that for hours, and we just respond to our emotions through our actions. All of these things that we do because of feeling negative, right? Like, our feelings drive our actions. They're all because of our intolerance of it. It's all because we want to make ourselves feel better. We are so intolerant of negative emotion that we would rather sacrifice our dreams by procrastinating than to currently feel and embrace that negative emotion. The last option that we have when it comes to negative feelings is to actually feel it and process it. Nobody taught us this, okay? So not knowing how to do this is completely normal. This was something that was also a huge help in my life. To fully feel your feeling You have to notice it in your body. You have to notice it in your body. Actually feel what it feels like to feel anxiety, sadness, depression, anger, confusion. What does that actually feel like? And then to understand that it's coming from a thought, right? You feel the feeling, it's a vibration in your body, and it's coming from a thought. That is how we properly process our feeling. So we first acknowledge that this feeling is coming from a thought, not a circumstance. That this is what your body is meant to feel right now, nothing has gone wrong, the world isn't ending, and we're supposed to feel negative half of the time. When we get really, really good at feeling our feelings, we are not in a rush to make ourselves feel better by doing things that we didn't actually want to do. We allow it to be there with us through our day. This is important work because a lot of clients say to me, okay, I see the model, I see how I'm doing that thing that I don't want to do. How do I change this? How do I stop feeling this way? How do I think a new thought? How do I change this right now? Slow down. The reason you're creating any negative action in the first place, like procrastination, overeating, overdrinking, so on, is because of your intolerance of the negative emotion in the first place. You are absolutely not allowing your body to feel it. What's so wrong about feeling negative? What if you didn't have to feel better? What if this is just part of the human experience? All it is a vibration in our body. Imagine your worst possible feeling that you can feel. It's not that bad, right? It's just a feeling. It doesn't kill you. You survive another day. When you become super willing to feel your feelings, that awareness can itself change you. Your brain will do the rest. Your brain will eventually realize that there is no use to keep feeling this way. Have patience, notice your body, get really good at noticing what you're feeling, and do a model every single day. All right, thanks guys. See you next week. Bye.